Hello there, you gorgeous lot. Welcome back to another fantastic show here on Crafters TV. It is a masterclass that we are going to be bringing you over the next couple of hours. Going to be so many amazing hints and tips, and it's all going to be mostly focusing around our incredible cutting machines. They are absolutely amazing, and the great news is that as of this very moment right now, there is an incredible flash sale, and it only lasts up until the end of today, so midnight wherever you are shopping, and it means that we're able to offer you 20% off of our entire range of Gemini machines. I know we bring you big great deals where we bundle them together with lots of dies and stamps and embossing folders, but it's very, very rare we bring you discounted prices on the machines on their own. What I can also tell you immediately straight off the bat is the Gemini Pro is back in stock in the US. However, I don't think we have enough to last. It's very, very busy already. It has been since we restocked it. £449 or £499.95 is what you'd normally expect today. Everyone has got a fantastic saving. You can see there, $90 or £100. Have you been eyeing the newest addition to the Gemini range for some time? Have you been waiting for that deal, as we call it? This is that deal, because this machine is amazing. It has a 12 by 12 cutting platform. You can upgrade that to a 12 by 18 cutting platform if you want to. It means that you can cut multiple things at the same time. You can use large dies that don't fit through any other machine. Every time we have it, it sells out. It does, and it will sell out again. I'd imagine it will sell out before the end of today. Before this flash sale ends, it will definitely be gone in the US. It ends at midnight tonight. Let's just talk about your platinum saving as well, because if you are a platinum member, 449 becomes 287.36. In the US, 499 becomes 319. $180 is what platinum members are picking this up for, less than that retail price. It is amazing. Also, don't forget as well that you've got that bonus Club Inspire points available for you as well. So spend 50, you get 75 bonus points. Spend 75, you get 100. Spend 100, you get 150 bonus points. Also, remember, on the Pro you will get free shipping and handling if you're in the US or the UK. We'll send this out to you totally free of charge as well. I think if you've been thinking about it, then today is definitely an incredible day to get your hands on this. Very busy already. The next one I want to tell you about is this one just here, the Gemini Junior. Now 20% off is across every single machine in the range. So the Gemini Junior is available to you today as well, $111.99. $111.99. Maybe you've got a manual die cutting machine, you're going to be upgrading to an electric die cutting machine for the first time. What an incredible machine this is. A whole host of dies will go through here. It is so fast as well, and of course has unrivaled power, which is amazing. $111.99 or $159.96. That price, less than £100 for platinum members. I don't recall seeing a Gemini Junior under £100 in the UK for platinum members. $127.97 for platinum members across the pond means you will also qualify for free shipping and handling. Hang on, that's yes, Gemini Junior, details are right on the screen. $127.97 for, I just can't, I thought, is that right? Is that right? Yeah, it is right. It is right, Joe. Don't worry. So if you want to get your hands on the Junior, you can do that. Maybe you want to get your hands on the OG, the original Gemini. That is available. With all of these, I should say, by the way, you get absolutely everything you would normally get included in the box. So you get all of your plates in there, you get your user manual, you get some dies included with the Gemini and the Gemini Junior as well. 16 dies in with the Gemini and the Gemini Junior. So the original Gemini, it was the first machine in the range that we brought to you, is the A4 cutting size. So a really, really great size machine. Don't forget as well that with the original Gemini, the Junior plates will go through it sideways as well, which is always handy. $143.99, that's down from $179.99 in the UK. $199.96 down from $249.95 in the US. $115. So hang on. It's £115 for the Gemini, the original Gemini. Is that right? It's right, isn't it? £115 in the UK for the original Gemini. So go back. Can we just go back to the details for the Junior? $89.99. I know what I'd be going for if I was going for one of the two. I'd absolutely be going for that large Gemini. Maybe you've got the Junior and you're going to go for the original Gemini today. Remember as well, fully automatic, has that reverse function on there. You can, of course, die cut. You can emboss on there as well, should you wish. It is an amazing machine. £36.49.99 is your saving there on that one. Also very busy there. Now, the Gemini Go. We're going to go through all of these. Well, I say we're going to go through. Debbie Fisher will be popping up in the show to take you through all the machines, what they do, how you're going to use them. The Gemini Go is amazing because it is a smaller die cutting platform. However, it is an electric machine, but you can power this with a power bank as well. So if you like to take your die cutting machine away with you, you go on holidays, maybe you've got a caravan, maybe you craft with friends and you're going around to theirs to craft, this machine is great because it is lightweight, it's portable. However, you can power that with mains power or with a power bank, so it's completely up to you. If you want to go for that machine, $71.99 or $111.96, check out the platinum price. Amazing, under £60, under $90 there on that, which is brilliant. Now, I can't believe they're all in stock at the same time. It's like a big happy family. The Gemini Midi. Now, the Gemini Junior size, the A5 cutting platform, was so popular. We've brought it to you now in the Midi. Now, the Midi is a manual machine. The thing about a manual machine is it is super fast. It still, of course, has all the incredible power you'd expect to have packed into this machine because it, of course, has that Gemini name on there. $55.99 or $71.96 to get that. Under £45 or $60 for Club Inspire Platinum members as well. Again, one of the newest additions to the Gemini range, that one. So if you've been eyeing that one for a while, maybe you've got the larger Gemini, you want to go for something a little smaller and a manual machine, then this is available to you as well. Do snap it up. As I said, 20% off all of our machines and they're on their own. I know sometimes we bring the machines to you at full price and then we give you extra dies or embossing folders as well, but if it's just the machine on its own you're looking for, I think you're going to be hard pressed. Certainly since I've worked here, how long have I been here now? A year and a half. I've never bought these to you. I've never been able to bring you this many machines with this big a discount. The other one that I want to share with you, of course, is the smallest one in the family. It is that Gemini Mini. Now this is your got it good deal at the moment. What you get included in there is you get the carry case included for free. You of course get the two folders and the purple shim as well, as you do with everything. When it comes to the machines themselves as well, I'll just go through quickly what you get included. So with the Pro, you get absolutely all of your plates. So you get your two clear cutting plates, your magnetic plate, your metal shim, and you get your plastic shim and your embossing mat in there as well. If you do want to go for it, there are 12x18 cutting plates available to go with that as well. When it comes to your original Gemini, you're going to get your manual in there. You get 16 dies in here and an embossing folder, and then all the plates that you need as well in there included, which is fantastic. With the Junior, again, exactly the same. With the Junior, you get dies and embossing folder in here, and you're getting that manual. And then, of course, with the other two, you get the two folders for the folder-based systems, and you get the plastic shim in there as well. It is amazing. Amazing that we've been able to bring this to you at this price. And also very busy, I'm hearing, already. Also, I'm going to be doing a little bit of crafting myself. I've been prepping, I've been getting myself ready over there. I'll do some stamping, a bit of die cutting. There's going to be some scoring involved. We might even, I don't know, who knows what's going to happen. I've got a whole 2 hours. I am actually here on my own at the moment, because the lovely Jan was meant to be with us today. She has lost her voice. I know she was struggling a little bit earlier in the week. So we've pre-recorded some segments with some of our other craft experts. Debbie Fisher will be popping up in this particular one. Also, Johnny, we've got Johnny to thank for this, not me. It was Johnny to thank for this. Johnny has said yesterday, why don't we see if we can speak to the team next door, see if we can get some vouchers to give away in the show. And that is exactly what we've done. We've got two £20, $20 vouchers to give away. All you need to do in order to win one of those vouchers is comment, that's it. And our social media superstar, who is the lovely Crystal, at the end of this show, will pick two winners to win those £20 or dollar vouchers. All you need to do is leave a comment with me over on Crafters TV on Facebook or Crafters Companion over on YouTube. And then we'll give them away at the end. How fabulous is that? I think that's pretty fair, don't you? Now, maybe you've already got your Gemini machines, but you're looking for a brilliant deal on the plates. And we've got plates for you. Plates aplenty is what we've got. Now this is the complete plate collection for your Gemini machine. So in here, you're getting all the plates in the range. You're also getting the carry case in there as well. Saving, brilliant saving here. Over £20, over $30 you're saving. £47 or $73 to get your hands on those today. If you want to go for the junior in this, then absolutely you can. So here are your junior plates, £34, $41. Again, a great saving, under £28 or $33 as a platinum member, which is excellent. We've still got you covered even with the Gemini midi. So we've got the Gemini midi plastic folder and plastic shim collection there, 2 of the plastic folders, and also you'll get the plastic shim in there as well. If you want to go for the mini, then we've got the mini folders and plastic shim collection available for you as well. Do you know what I'd love? I'd love to know which machines you have got, which ones you use all the time. I wonder if there's anyone out there that's got all of them. I bet there is. I bet one of you out there has got all of them. Very busy already, I'm hearing, for the Gemini Pro. It's the machine that a lot of you have been waiting for to come back into stock. It is in stock right now. It has a 20% saving on it. It's the machine on its own that you will receive. Of course, you'll get the plates and all the usual bits and bobs that you get in the box. $359.20 or $399.96. That's amazing saving of what, £90 or $100, and then of course your platinum discount, or your Club Inspired discount I should say, coming off of there as well. Lots of you tuning in and saying hi. Georgie Ann's in Clearwater. Alice is saying hi. Diane's here too. I can see Lynn saying hello. Merlin, Beth. Jen M says, great to see these all side by side. Betsy says, well, it's a fabulous price for the Pro. I got mine at launch and I love it. Miss USA Lady says, all the machines are great. Beth, very happy with the OG with the junior plates. Adriana has the mini, the midi and the Pro, and I can do anything. Don't tempt me with the others. She says, what, these prices, Adriana? Jean says, good morning all. I have all the Geminis except the midi. And Anne from the Twin Cities says, I have the original, the junior, and 4 other cutting machines. I use the Gemini the most. Linda loves all of her Geminis as well. Why don't you send me some pictures of your Gemini machines? I'd love to see them in their natural habitat. If you want to send me some pictures, you can do so really easily. You need to send them to studio at crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send them. Studio at crafterscompanion.co.uk, and we'll share pictures of your Gemini. I wonder if people have blinged their Geminis up. I wonder. I bet people out there have. I can imagine they have indeed. It's going to be an action-packed couple of hours for you. But don't forget later as well, there's a Craft House launch. Well, it's a Craft House versus launch day. Sharon, the lovely Sharon Callis, is going to be joining me for 2 hours of crafty fun here in the studio, live from the Republic of Ireland. So that will be lovely with a brand new fairy collection as well. Why don't we, just to kick things off, get sort of a general overview of all the machines and get a good understanding of what they're going to do for your crafting. Here is Debbie from yesterday taking you through them.
So how amazing does this set look with all these Geminis? Can you believe how big our Gemini family has grown? Starting from our very first Gemini to having this entire family that really do cater for all your crafty needs in die cutting and embossing. Gemini has become a household name, and it's the most sought after machine out there. One is sold every 10 minutes. I mean, that's quite incredible. It is now worldwide. Gemini is the global machine and the choice that everybody either already owns or they aspire to own. So the first machine that came out on the market, which was around about 4 years, actually I think it's coming up to its 5th year, Gemini. I may be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that this is 5 years old this year. And our first machine that ever come out was the A4 electronic die cutting machine. Now what this machine offers you is the most amount of pressure that any machine on the market can offer you, because we can't put more into this machine. If we was to put more pressure into this machine, it would just mean that your crafts would be ruined, your cards would be warped, so you don't need any more pressure than what the Gemini can offer you. Now, the Gemini by Crafter's Companion, it's a heavy machine, but it does have these handles at the side so you can hold them and you can put this around your craft area wherever you want them. Now, the Gemini, although mine are quite used, comes with all the plates you need. So starting off with your your cutting plates. We've got our clear cutting plate, and it is clear when it comes to you. When you've cut it quite a few hundred times, your plate will look like this. You've then got your plastic shim, you've then got your magnetic shim, and you've got your other cutting plate. So, and you can see both have been cut in to use all sides, so you've got 4 different cutting platforms. You also get your metal shim and a rubber embossing mat. Now the name Gemini comes from being dual functioned. So we have the embossing capabilities of the machine. We also then have the cutting capabilities of the machine. Now when Sarah and her dad engineered this machine and we took it in the process of what we needed as crafters, it had the pressure to be able to cut not just dies of today, not just dies of the past, but dies of the future, because we at Crafters Companion know when we're working so well in advance what these dies are going to come out, and they are very, very intricate, and we want detailed dies. We want dies that are going to wow. We want all these different concept dies, and the Gemini is going to offer you all those different options to be able to do that. Now, why would we have other machines apart from the A4 in size? So what happened after the A4 in size? We had a lot of feedback from you. Everyone talked to us about it, and it was everybody wanted a smaller machine. So I'm going to take out my my larger machine, so my A4 size, and that is when the Gemini Junior was born. So the Gemini Junior, much smaller machine. It's an A5 in cutting, still exactly the same with the same amount of horsepower as what the Gemini offers us, but this time it's in a half the size. So if I bring in my platforms, I've just put my bigger Gemini on top of those platforms. If I bring in those, we can see that they are smaller. Now these still fit into the mouth of the A4 machine, but they actually run through our Gemini Junior no problem whatsoever. It takes 8 seconds for this to go through, 8 seconds to be creative, 8 seconds to get that die cut done as much as you want it to do. What's great about these machines is it has all these same functions. So you've got your on-off switch, your pause button, and your reverse button. So if you don't have a lot of room in your craft room, let me pop it that way, and your plates are going through and you're sort of backed up against a wall and you can't get your plates out, you can always use the reverse function to do that. But what it also offers you is that extra cut in no time whatsoever. Place them through and let that come out to you. So that's the smaller machine that you've got there. Now next, the feedback that we got from everybody else was they actually wanted a manual machine. So the next machine that we had come out was the Gemini Midi. Now this is just the cutest machine on the market. It's absolutely incredible. It's a hand crank machine, but it has all the power of the Gemini. And what the best thing about this, now please have one of these on top of your electronic machines, because it is the best and easiest way to do all your embellishments. We have a one folder system, which means you've got 4 cutting mats. They go backwards and forwards. They will last you a long time. You can see mine's a little bit bent, very well used, very well loved, and it will work time and time again, which is amazing. Now if you are left-handed, it's going to work. If you are right-handed, it is going to work. So whichever way, it is reversible, because wind it out, wind it in. So it's really good functional little mini machine. It has a plate platform of 6 inches by 3 inches. So honestly, you'll be surprised how many dies that will fit through this little machine. It means having a mini machine keeps the price point really low, so you'll be able to, it is quite an affordable die cutting machine. It's also a die cutting machine that your kids can use as well. You can't get your fingers trapped in there. There's nothing they can do. It has a really strong suction, so when you push it down onto your glass mat, the suction feet that you're getting at the bottom are going to stay put. So your kids, the little ones especially, are not going to be able to just run off with it. So it's a great little mini machine. If I pop it over here, it will sit on your bigger machines because it has those suction points. So if I wanted to just use it straight from my machine, takes up no room whatsoever. Run your folder through, turn your handle, and you've got a machine that doesn't get in the way of anything. So really good one. Now next, what come along? Well, we wanted another manual machine, but you wanted it bigger. So we've now gone into that bigger manual machine. So it's a bit like the Gemini Junior, big strong suckers again on the bottom. But this time we've actually gone in and got the Gemini MIDI. So the Gemini MIDI is exactly the same as the MIDI, but this time we've listened to what you wanted and given you that A5 platform in the same one folder pass, which is incredible. So that was our MIDI machine. Then what else could we bring to the Gemini family? The next thing that we needed to bring was something that was portable, something that you didn't need electricity for, something that you could take on the go. And that's when our Gemini Go was brought out. This is a great machine. It's lightweight, it's electronic, which is amazing. It has the same platforms as a normal die cutting machine. So all of your platforms you get in with that Gemini MIDI. I mean, how cute are they? So you've got all of those. It still has that same functionality of the on-off switch, the pause button, and the reverse button, which is amazing. It has a slightly different lead. So if you are in America, you will get your American lead. It has your little lead that goes into the back. But what this also offers you is the chance to hook this up to your battery pack. So once you've got your battery pack, you literally can be on the go. You just plug this in and you do need to buy an alternative lead, which is an addition which will add onto your battery, onto your machine and onto your battery pack. And this you can take on the go with you. Imagine crafted on the go, in your garden, at the caravan, on the beach. There's lots you can do with this little mini machine. So it was a really great one to have. So they're all our sort of mini and manual machines and our electronic machines. But then what we have is the big daddy, the beast of all machines, and that is our Gemini Pro. Now, the Gemini Pro itself, excuse me, is an absolute massive machine. So I'm not going to lie to you, you need space in your craft room to be able to put this down. We've just got this on a Lazy Susan and it means that it's easy to turn around and have where you want it, but you do want it. It's a big machine. In fact, because it's quite high up, I can't actually lift this from where I'm standing. I would need to be a bit higher up to actually lift it off the top. Now what you do get with the Gemini Pro, you get your 12 by 12 boards. So if you're someone at home that absolutely loves your crafting, does lots of batch making, you've got a full 12 by 12 inch board. It's going to make all your construction, you're going to be able to cut into all your box lids. It's going to be absolutely an incredible machine. And if you're someone that buys and sells whatever you make, this machine is for you because it's a total workhorse. But on top of that, you can actually get additional plates. Look at the size of these. Additional plates that are A3 in size. So if you've got some really big projects that you want to do, you are getting, or you'll be able to get, all these different platforms in your A3 bundle, which is absolutely amazing. So if you really love your bigger projects and want to cut all those border dies, those creator card dies, make all those boxes, those construction mates, this is the machine for you. And it honestly, it's one of those machines that once you've got it, you will not be able to live without it. You'll absolutely love it. So all you have to do is make a decision of what machine is good for you. What is your machine of choice? Which one do you love the most? Which one is it you use the most? Are you someone that has every single one of them because you're just a collector of the Geminis and absolutely loves them? My machine of choice was always the A4 cutting machine. So the A4, the original Gemini, this is the one that I always go to. But I have to say, since I've got my Gemini Pro, I love it. I use that one all the time in all my crafting. So you just decide which one you love and which one suits your crafting needs.
Absolutely, and the great thing is that we have a machine for whatever your needs are, which is amazing. So 20% off of absolutely everything. I need to let you know already, just 25 minutes into this flash sale, a fifth of the stock of the Gemini Pro has already sold out and gone. Remember what you should be paying for this, $449 in the UK. It should be $499.95 in the US. A brilliant saving for everyone. 90 pounds almost, just under 100 dollars. The other great thing about this as well, of course, is that we're going to send this to you totally free of charge. But 20% of the stock is gone. That is people that have checked out. There are a lot of you with this in your baskets over on the website at the moment. Must end midnight tonight wherever you are. The other one I need to keep an eye on as well, the original Gemini, very, very busy here as well. A fifth of the stock checked out on that machine as well, just 26 minutes into this incredible flash sale. Remember, 20% off of all of our machines. I know we bring you deals where often we will bundle them with other stuff. You know, we'll give you lots of extras, or we'll throw in some extra dies. If you already have all the dies and embossing folders that you need at the moment, and what you've been looking for is a deal on the machine, of course it's going to include everything else you'd normally get in the box as standard. The plates and the manuals and all of that sort of stuff is coming in there for you, but it's the machine on its own you've been waiting for. This is definitely the day to get it, but we cannot hold those prices. They will go up at midnight tonight wherever you are. A fifth of the stock of the original Gemini has now sold out and gone. Right, I want to also give you a heads up on the craft fault items that are featuring in this masterclass as well. This is your stamping craft fault collection with 25 elements here for you. Absolutely awesome value, this one. A great saving there of 45% for everyone. Edibles, you might see me using these through the show. You buy two and you get two free here with these, which is amazing. $15.98 or $23.98 there is your price on that one. Some embossing folders for you, 6 in the collection here, $16.45 or $17.77. They're a really great size. These will go through your mini, these embossing folders as well, so do consider using them there too. They're great for adding just little accents of details, great on the edges to things like your diorama cards. We do have some letters from the Heart Craft Vault items on the show for you as well. Oh, there's a wax seal. Maybe I should have given that a go. No. And also there's some stamps in there, dies, a great embossing folder for you as well. A great saving for everyone, $21.60 or $28.80 is your price for that one just there. We've got some flower forming foam items in this show for you too. Do grab these. Flower forming foam, always so popular whenever we bring it to you. And a really great little starter collection there for you, which is excellent. So make sure you snap those up. Right. The time has come. We are going to, this is the original Gemini I'm going to be using as well, but we're going to do some stamping first, and then then we'll hear from Debbie again, then maybe we'll come back and do a little bit earlier. We did a little, yesterday you guys were egging me on to give something a go during the show, so I thought, do you know what, why not? It's a Saturday, I'm here on my own, so I thought, yeah, come on, let's do it. So what I've decided is we're going to do stamping, and we're going to do some die cutting, and we're going to make a finished card. So I've got these awesome layering stamps. Now these are available, I believe, in the craft vault. This is the bees in the border that I am using just here. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to stamp these out firstly. So we're going to use all 3 layers of these, and I'm going to pop this onto here. Now, I remember Jan doing this, and she's left a little mark on here, which is fantastic. So I'm just going to get my stamp lined up firstly on there. Make sure that's all nicely lined up. Yeah, I think we're good to go. And I'm going to use a quick dry ink pads firstly. So I'm going to use for my first layer, I'm going to use the honey pot. So let's get that all on there. Oh, I'm quite nervous. Is anyone else feeling a bit anxious? I haven't brought my iPad with me. Oh dear. Jake, can you pass me the iPad, please? Thanks. Just me and Jake in this part of the building today. So I've got my cardstock. I'm using stamping card. I've got it down. I don't know if I've got it quite level. Let me have a look. Yeah, that looks about level, doesn't it? I better make sure I've got this bit level first. Otherwise, we don't want a wonky stamped image, do we, Jake?
We don't.
No, we don't. So let's get that level as well on there. Cool. Right, now we're going to pop the magnets on, and we are good to go. Right. I've done it. I remember Jan always saying that do it on a bit of cardstock that is bigger than the bit you actually require, and then it means that you can cut it down afterwards. So that was my plan. So that is stamped image number 1. What do we think? Yeah, I'm happy. I'm going to do another. I'm going to go again though. I'm quite happy with that, but I think just a bit noisy, aren't I? Let's just do another stamped impression just to make sure we get another good one. Jan always says it's nice to do it twice, so I'm going to do it twice. Oh, hello. Best thing about the stamping platform though, of course, is that I can now go in and give that a second going over. Are we happy with that? Yeah, happy with that? Okay, so that's the first section done. I can't find. Yeah, so I know where it is because it's on. There's a little thing on there, so that's fine. It's going to be good to go. Right, so that's our first layer. Let's take that off of there. I better put this back properly, hadn't I? Because if I don't, you know what it's like. Someone will be blaming me. I don't want to start getting the blame for these kind of things. So that's our first layer. Then we're going to go in with our second layer. So let me just line this up the right way around. Let's make sure that is that way. So that's going to go that way. Excellent. Right, let's move this out of the way. So it's quite hard to talk and do this at the same time, isn't it? I'm a very aggressive crafter, apparently, according to Charlotte. I don't think so, do you? Apparently I throw things around a lot. You should see me in the kitchen, gosh. There we go. I think we're about right there. Yeah, that looks about right. I'm happy with that. So I use a honey pot that time. So I'm going to go in with the lighter shade this time. This is the lemon tonic that I'm using this time. So I'm just going to pop that down onto there. I did think about maybe heat embossing it as well, but I thought, come on, Joe, don't walk before you can run. So let's bring this back in. Let's turn this over. And then we're going to go down and we're going to stamp that lemon tonic one onto there. Lots of pressure. Excellent. I think we can probably have one more of that one as well, just to make sure we get a nice image. There we are. Awesome. So there we go. So there's our first two layers. Let's pop this back onto the carrier sheet. Oh, I've got a lot of ink on me. I think I've got a lot of ink everywhere, all over the platform as well. So that's our second layer. So then we just got to do the third layer, which is the detail. Just make sure I've got this the right way around. And I'm going to do this with a finesse waterproof. I'm not going to colour it in, so it doesn't really matter, to be honest, what ink pad I use. If I was colouring it, then I'd probably be pay a little more attention. But I'm just going to line that up onto there. Now, I remember all of our experts saying that this is the bit you take your time with. So I'm going to do exactly that. Let's get that about line. I'd say that's about right there. Does that look about right? Yeah, perfect. And then I'm going to go in with the finesse ink pad this time. So get that all nicely inked up. Looks about covered, doesn't it? There we go, perfect. And then we can stamp this one down and see what we have got. Happy? Yeah, should we do it one more time? I think maybe just one more coat. Why am I so noisy? Right, there we go. And let's just give that one more stamp, just to be sure. Right, so that is our topper. That looks better. That's our topper done. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to cut this down now, and then we'll leave it there for the minute, and then we'll come back and we'll do some more a little bit later in the show. Let me just bring the guillotine in. And let's just cut this down to size, just so we've got a nice topper. I'm just going to take it off. I may make it a bit smaller actually as well. Once we get going, I'll take a bit more off of there. Why don't I should just make it an actual size, really, shouldn't I? No, that's fine. Let's cut that bit off there, and then we'll take that off there. Oh, okay, it's going to be quite a small topper. No, okay. I let the arm drop down as I was moving it around. I sort of cut through it a bit, but it doesn't matter. So that's our topper done. That's our first bit done. So then what we're going to do as well is I'm going to use an edgeable as well. So I'm thinking we'll have a card, and then we'll also have that into the card blank, and then we'll put some mats and layers on that bit as well. I don't know, we'll see how it goes, we'll see how it comes along as we go through the show. Right, yesterday Debbie was here and she pre-recorded some sections for the show, and what we're going to do now, still very busy as well on the Gemini and the Gemini Pro. The Pro, in fact, approaching a quarter of the stock of the Pro sold out and gone. Why don't we get Debbie to talk us around our electronic machines and exactly what they're going to do for you.
So we've had a talk around these machines. We know a little bit about the Gemini now, or a lot about the Gemini, and what the machines do. So we're going to have a look at what they can do for a electronic machine versus sort of a manual machine coming up. So the first one I'm going to be using, I'm going to start with the Gemini itself. It's my machine of choice because it's an A4 in size. So all your platforms that you get are A4. They're slightly bigger than an A4. So if you was to put a piece of card on, and I will demonstrate that, if we was to grab a piece of card and put that on, you can see you've still got an edge all the way around your platform, so it is slightly bigger. Now what the Gemini offers you is optical sensors that are inside the machine, so when you put your plates into the machine, it will grab them for you, take them through, and it will die cut whatever you're putting through. Now the thing with the Gemini is, why did we need a machine that has so much that we want so much pressure in? It's dies like this. Now this die is a really intricate die. It has lots of cutting points across it, everywhere on there, and it's quite hard sometimes for a machine to detect all these extra little cutting points, especially in the center of your die. So what we need is a machine that's going to locate all of those cutting detail and cut them in incredibly well. So I've just got myself a piece of matte mirror card. We're going to place that die onto the inside there. Now you've got all your plates. What I'm going to do to use mine is my base cutting mat. I'm going to place my card and my die side down. So your die, you can feel it. It's sort of rough, but it won't cut you. And you just lay that down into your mat. Now anyone that's watching that maybe doesn't know what a die is, because it's a bit of a strange word, isn't it, to say that you've got a die. It's classed as a die because we class it as a die cut, something that will do you a die cut. It's a little bit like laser cutting. If you can imagine being able to laser cut onto something and cut that intricate shape out, your dies do exactly the same thing for you. But what it makes is for us at home as crafters to be able to cut out all these intricate die cuts without having to do that laser treatment. So we're going to pop that down onto there, onto our mat. We're then going to lay down our cloudy shim, so our plastic shim, then going to put on top of that our magnetic, and then our top cutting plate, and we're going to run that through. Now what I have done, and just to show you, I've put it near the top of my machine, so when we push that through, it takes it from us. I don't have to guide that at all. As soon as I put that in, the machine itself, the optical sensors will detect what it's cutting. We've just had that, you could hear that little click. It means it's gone through and it's cut. I can then pause for whatever reason, and then I can unpause and it will go through, or we can press the reverse function. And this is what I was saying, is I don't have a lot of room at the back end of my craft room. I can then just take the machine back, my plates back out to the front, but not only that, it will give me another cut into my die, and it takes no time at all. So you can see every single part of that. I'm not hiding anything. All of that will absolutely come out, but you can then emboss your die. So the dual function of the Gemini means that we can use our embossing mats to go through and emboss in detail. But in saying that, and I can't actually find myself an embossing mat, so I'm just going to see if I've got one. Yes, we have. There's one. We've got one in our Gemini Junior, but actually that leads me on to letting you know that in your big machine you can use your Gemini plates. So with the same platform that we were doing with the cutting, what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to switch to my Gemini Junior plates so you can see. So you've got the option of both plates. I'm going to place my die on there. I'm going to use my rubber mat to go onto the top, and and then we're going to use our plastic shim and our top cutting plate. I have took out our plate for the magnetic sheet to make room, and all we do this time is turn it round the opposite way. It will now take even less time to go through our machine, so within 8 seconds that's going to emboss my die absolutely beautifully. If I take that out, you'll be able to see how detailed this die is and how we've cut this. Now what I am going to do is give it a little tap, because tapping it will take all those pieces out. Just to show you that you can do it in the bigger and the smaller machines, I'm going to bring in my metal shim, because what we want to do is cut metal to metal. So I'm going to pop those, and even though that's, I mean, you can see how thick that is. It's really, really thick. You might have layers of material. You could cut up to 8 layers of material in one pass through the Gemini, but we're going to lay that onto our metal shim, onto our platform, and then we're just going to use our plastic shim and our top plate on the top and run that through. So again, the machine's doing it for you. Now I'm just holding that in there so you can see how well it goes. I'm just going to slightly push that in. It literally takes it out of my hands. So if you want easy crafting, if you maybe have some dexterity problems, this machine is for you. Even lightweight plates. But I have every confidence that that is cut through like a hot knife through butter. If we look at the detail in here, so even having all those lines cut out, we have got not 1, not 2, but 3 of those butterflies, which are absolutely beautiful and cut first time every single time through the Gemini. So if you want an electronic machine that die cuts your intricate detail and die cuts your material, your felt, multiple layers of card, your cork, your mount board, lots of different materials, you are going to be able to cut through with these machines, which is amazing. Now what we are going to do though is bring in some embossing folders, because the Gemini has got that dual function. So not only does it cut and emboss dies, you also can put embossing folders through. Now I've got 2 embossing folders. One is a 3D embossing folder. Now this little small one comes with your Gemini Junior. This one is just a regular folder from one of Sarah's collections, which is just the snowflakes, and we're going to emboss both of these. Now what I am going to do is show you with different materials. So I've just got some, I think this is just regular cardstock that we've put into this folder, and then I've just used a mirror card into this one. Now with a 2D embossing folder, all you need to do is use your top and bottom cutting plates. But I always like to add that extra shim in, and that's a good thing with the Gemini because you can add those extra shims. So I'm using my metal shim again, and I'm just sandwiching it between the 2 plates, and we're going to run that through. And this works in all your electronic machines. So whether you are using your Gemini Junior, whether you're using your big Gemini Pro, whether you're using the regular Gemini A4 cutting machine, you are going to get the same effects time and time again. Now look at that. That is a regular 2D embossing folder, and it creates the most stunning embossing. You just wouldn't be able to get that deep level of embossing in any other machine. But what we are going to do is bring in our 3D folder. Now 3D folders haven't been around that long, but you'll know yourself that you can get that extra, it just takes it to a whole new level. Instead of having that up and across and down, you've now got this sculptured effect, and to have this folder in with your Gemini Junior is amazing. This time we need a different configuration for our platform. So what we are going to do is bring in our plastic shim, our magnetic mat, our folder, and then our top plate. And then you just run those all through. So nice and easy. And please don't worry, I mean, I know you can rewind this back and you can watch, but all your instructions are in a booklet in the Gemini machine. So whichever machine you go for, you get full instructions with those, which is amazing. And then bringing that in, you get that. Now look at the different levels that we've got on there. You've got that foreground, foreground. It just looks amazing. Even texture detail right in the base. These truly are just amazing amazing machines to use, and you'll be able to get so much out of all your machines. But there you go. If you want an electronic machine, the Geminis come with the A4 cutting machine, the Gemini Junior, which is an A5, and then the really big daddy, which comes with a 12x12 folders or your A3 folders, and all those electronic machines will work beautifully. And there you go, that's our Gemini family of electronic machines.
A lovely overview there of those machines. Very, very busy on all the machines at the moment, particularly the Gemini and the Gemini Pro. I'll give you the details again in a second. Lots of you chatting away with me. Kathy saying her and her granddaughters use the MIDI. Pam says she sold her other 2 electronic machines and her 2 manual machines. Gemini is the way to go. You'll never regret it. Carol says, I love the MIDI for embossing folders. It is perfect size for that, especially those 3D ones. No platform required at all. Valerie says, my Gemini and Mini that I use constantly. Junior plates for the Gemini. Lynn says, I've got the white and purple original Gemini. I had the white one first, but when the purple one was available, I just had to have it. Linda also says, I have the original Gemini, the Junior and the Midi as well. Susie loves the Swash sentiment stamp. She's my absolute go-to for a quick little sentiment for my cards. Maybe I'll grab those and pop one of those on my card a little later. I finally worked out in my head what I'm going to do, by the way. Right, let me remind you of the original Gemini. Very, very busy on this at the moment. Remember, it's very rare that we bring you discounts on the machines on their own. That's exactly what you've got today here in this show. A 20% flash sale up until the end of the day, so midnight wherever you are shopping. £180 or $250 is what this machine should cost you. Everyone's got that 20% saving, and then of course Club Inspire Platinum members, you're going to have that extra saving too. So I think if you've been thinking about upgrading your machine, maybe you've got one of the larger machines, you want to go for one of the manual machines, then today is absolutely the day to do that. And remember, what Gemini is all about is that power in there, which is that pressure that's going to cut through all and everything that you require die cutting. Let me also tell you about the MIDI whilst we're here as well, because it's very busy on the MIDI too. A great machine, this one, a folder-based system as well. So for anyone that's maybe newer to crafting, maybe you've got someone you want to get into crafting, I think the MIDI is a perfect machine. Folder-based system, A5 size, the same platform size as your Gemini Junior, super fast as well, because of course it is that manual machine that you can see just there. A great price on that for everyone, but to get it for under £45 or under $60 for a platinum member is sensational value for money. The Pro now, it's a third gone. We are not even, we're not even an hour into the launch of this flash sale. It's in the US that this is really, really vulnerable at the moment. So if you are a US customer, you've been thinking about going for this, I mean, amazing deal. You're getting $180 off of this as a platinum member compared to the usual retail price, because of course you've got that 20% discount and then of course the extra saving as well. It is the biggest machine. We don't bring you any dies here at Crafters TV or Crafters Companion that can't go through this. I'm not even aware of any dies available on the market that won't go through here. The other great thing as well is if you craft a lot, if you've got a lot of Christmas crafting to be doing, because of that really lovely big plate size, it means you're going to be able to load so much up onto here at the same time. As you can see, let me show you the plastic shim, be easy for you to see the size. It's a 12x12 platform. If you're a scrapbooker, you're going to absolutely love this, and it means then of course you can do really massive concept cards and projects as well. Don't forget, we do have the 12x18 plates that you can go for separately as well if you want to stretch that even further. I think I'm right in saying yes, that the original Gemini plates will go through here sideways for you too if you want to use them like that. It's an incredible machine. It's been so busy. I know it sold out when we launched it. We restocked it. It's sold out again. It is back in stock now, but I think it's going exactly the same way. There's a lot of you with it in your basket. I'm actually going to give you an opportunity to check out. If you've got the Gemini Pro in your basket, I would really urge you to check out. While you do that, let me share with you all the fantastic details of this amazing machine.
Supersize your die cutting and embossing potential with the Gemini Pro. With a huge 12x12 cutting platform as standard, this machine is perfect, not only for larger projects and batch making, but also for cutting all elements, mats and layers for your smaller projects in one pass too. The machine is capable of cutting through all sorts of materials, including card, craft metal, leather, wood, felt, and multiple layers of fabric. The power, pressure and performance that you've come to expect from the Gemini family of electronic die cutting machines has been enhanced to the next level. It's been engineered for superb edge-to-edge cutting of up to 12 by 18 size materials with perfect results every time. In the box, along with your Gemini Pro machine, you'll receive 2 clear cutting plates, a rubber embossing mat, a magnetic shim, plastic shim and metal shim, all 12 by 12, power cord, plus of course your comprehensive instruction booklet that will guide you through the plate combinations you need for your different dies and embossing folders. Larger 12 by 18 plates are also available separately to boost your creativity even further. So, whether you're a card maker, scrapbooker, create paper or fabric embellishments, table decorations, wedding stationery or keepsake gifts, to name but a few, this machine will revolutionise your crafting experience.
All the details there of the Gemini Pro, which is fantastic. Lots of you loving the fact that I have come over to this side of the studio today as well. Let's read a few of these comments out. I don't think I've ever seen Joe Craft before, says Bonnie. Me neither. Well, only once, I think. Patty says, have at it, Joe. You break something, you can blame Craig. We all blame Craig, don't we? Dragonfly says, Joe, I think you're doing a great job. Don't be nervous. Karen says, remember, Joe, these are handmade, not Hallmark. They're better when they're made with love. Beads and Stones says, I think there should be huge cheering if they would be able to message with sound. Crafty Angie says, I'm so proud of you, crafting alone. You go, Joe. Fun to have Joe crafting. Susan says as well, go, Joe. You're doing great. You might just get a card of the show today. It's going to be card of the day. It'll be the only card that's been made today in the studio. If Joe is a one-man crafting machine, says Panda Craft. And Pam says, well, I love that Joe's thinking through what he does next. I do that too. Yeah, I haven't really worked it out. There are no measurements, by the way. So what I'm thinking is, we're going to use this. Now, the edge balls are available on the show for you, so I'm going to use the thank you edge ball, and I think I'm going to use it. Now, what way around am I going to use it? I'm going to use it that way. So this edge ball is, let me just check, it is 6 inches. So we need a 6-inch card. We don't want it too big though, do we? Because, do you want 4? I think we're going to go 6 by 5. Is that a regular card shape? I'm not sure. I'm going to cut the card to the right size first, and then I'm going to do it. Charlotte's telling me I'm doing it wrong already, but so we're going to go for. So I'm just thinking, so that's going to sit there, then that's going to sit next to it. It wants to be a 6 by 6, really, doesn't it? But 6 by 6, I don't have. I need a piece of 12 by 12, really, don't I? That's what I need. I'm going to go down into the stash. We might have to change up the colour combo. Should I do 6 by 12? 1 second. Am I being silly? Does it need to be 6 by 6? If it was 6 by, went to there. No, we could go 6 by 5. Sorry? You do you. I know, I say this all the time, don't I? Okay, let's go for, so the A4 cardstock is, let's do 11.5. So let's take half an inch off of this. So let's make it 6 by 11.5. So let's go 6 inches here to that size there. That's about right, make sure that's level. I can hear Craig saying, make sure it's level. So that's that way. And then what we'll do is we'll take a half inch off to make it 11 inches, and then that way we will have a square card to start working with, which is excellent. So we don't end up with a wonky card, do we? Although, actually, I could put the half an inch on the back, so I could leave that on. I've got it, right, I know what I'm going to do now. Okay, I'm working it out. So if I go to, so we're 11, let's pretend it's 11.5. We want to score at 5 3/4. No, we want to score at 6 inches here. I think I've worked it out now. So 6 inches is where we want to score. So there's our score. Let's score this at 6 inches. I've got my scoring tool here. So, like that. Now let's fold that and burnish it. This is, I really should have thought about this and maybe written some measurements down first, shouldn't I? Because then what will happen is, and then thinking is, because we're going to have a little bit, we're going to have a bit poking out the back anyway, so it doesn't really matter that's a bit longer, because then I can cut another section of the panel that goes in there anyway. So let's now take this and let's lay our die over here. I should definitely tape this down, I'm thinking. Definitely tape it down. We've just got to then find the low tack tape, which is here. Now I'm going to tape it to the waist, because I always remember that's what everyone says to do. So this is the front of the card here that you're looking at. So then when that folds over, you'll have the detailing on that side. Charlotte, are you sure? Do you think that's right, Charlotte? She's a bit of a naysayer, Charlotte, in my ear. So let's do this. So let's pop this down onto here. Let's tape that there. And let's take that there. Gosh, if I actually manage to make this work, it really will show that anyone can have a go at this, won't it? Because, I mean, if I can do it, absolutely anyone can. It's quite a detailed die, so I've put my metal shim in there as well. And I'm just going to now pop that over, and we're going to pop that down onto here. And I'm going to use the junior plates, but I'm using the larger machine. So let's pop that through, and let's see how this goes. There we are. So far so good. Through it goes. Now, let's remove this then from here and have a look at what we have created. So, let's just take this off. Oh, I think that looks pretty good. I think it's all cut out nicely. Just got to be careful with some of the bits. In fact, I'm just going to use my little scissors here just to snip that bit away. There we go. It's come off there. So, pretty much good to go. I did have a pokey tool, which is over here. Let's pop this out to one side, and I'll come back to that. So, let's poke these out of here. Just get that bit poked out. Just got one little bit there. So I'm just going to tease that out. There we are. Just going to take my time. I don't want to... I'm a bit heavy-handed sometimes, and these dies are so detailed that I don't want to damage me A. There we go. We got it. And then just poke these bits out. Well, in fact, do you know what? I'm just going to poke these bits out, and I'm going to get myself ready for the next step. Oh, actually, let's just stick with it. I'm nearly done now anyway. Do you know what I should have used, Johnny? I should use my brush, shouldn't I? Let's just pull this bit through there. Right. Just poke those couple bits out. It is hard to talk and craft at the same time, I must say. I do understand now what they say, especially colouring. I don't know how Brent managed to colour yesterday and talk at the same time. Right, let's just get those bits out of there. So that's our card blank. That's our card blank. Pretty much done and good to go. There's a couple of last little bits in there, which I'll come back and get out really, really soon. So that looks fine, doesn't it, there? But what we really need now is we need to bling it up, I think. So what I'm thinking is, to make that pop through, I'm thinking that that would look better with that behind. Do we think that, or do we think, oh, actually, do you know what? It's unlike me to be reserved. I actually think that might be better, don't you? So we're going to have that behind there. So I need to now work out the size of that base. So the size of the base is 6 by 6. So if I do 6 by 6 3/4, no, 6 by 5 3/4, that way, is that 6 inches that way? No, so we're going to need a new sheet of that. Let me just grab a new sheet of that. So in here, let's cut that to 6 inches by, let's go a fly's eyelash under 6 that way, and then that, oops, sorry, that then will give us that. So then that is the front of the card just there. Now how shall I stick that? I'm going to use some wet glue for this. I always use too much glue though is the problem. So let's pop a little bit of this into here. It's got quite a small precision nozzle on it, which is handy. So in that, I love the smell of this. In that goes, and then we're just gonna pop that into, no, it wasn't that way, it was that way. We will be seeing some more info on the glues coming up a little bit later in here as well. So because I've got a bit of wiggle room, I'm just gonna wiggle that into place. And that is the next element of our card done. So now what I need to do is I kind of need to work out, don't I, roughly the size of this. So I think we want that to come to about there. So let's go with a 3.5 inch by, let's go 3.5 inches by 5 3/4. So 3.5 inches, which is there, by 5 3/4, which is there. And that should give us the panel for the front of our card there, and then that should give us a bit of a panel for on the front. What are we thinking? And then I'm thinking this is going to come in and it's going to go on there. That's a little bit small, isn't it? So let's actually take that down a bit more. Let's make that one. So that's 5 3/4. So let's make that 5.5. That one's 5.5. Oh, I must put that arm down. No, that's now too small. Right, I'm gonna work those mats and layers out under the next piece of video in a few minutes' time, because I just need to work out those mats and layers, and it's not fun watching me do that. Lots of you still chatting away. What a great show, Susan says. Donna says the Gemini machines are the best, never a problem. Deborah says I have all these machines except the Pro. I absolutely enjoy working with them and truly make the difference in the quality you can work. You won't be disappointed with a MIDI. The Pro is so smooth, says Carol Guy as well. Just go wild with the crafting, says Gilmore. Beth says you do you. Kim's very excited that I'm demonstrating. And Beth says Joe should demo more often. Pamela says doing great, Joe. Right, should we share some more? Should we share some more professionalism with you? Let's do that. Thanks to Debbie. Here's some more details on the MIDI and the Mini. Take a look.
So who wants the most simple machine out there on the market at such a good price? Because it's a manual machine. It means with a manual machine, we can keep the prices low on there. And what we've got here is our Gemini MIDI and our Gemini MIDI. So you can see, sorry, our Gemini MIDI and our Gemini MIDI. I will get it right. Our Gemini MIDI and our Gemini Mini. Yay. Trust me to get them wrong. I love that we've got these two different sizes of manual machines. Now, we sort of think electronic machines are, you know, the biggest, the best, they're amazing, which they are. We're not taking nothing away from it. But sometimes we want a super quick machine. We want a machine that's at hand, that will be able to be portable to wherever we go. And we want it to be manual, and sometimes the price point, we need it to be that bit lower. So these ones are ideal. Now, let's start off with the Gemini MIDI. I adore this machine. It's the one I'm starting to use more and more, as well as the Mini. It has amazing big suctions on the bottom. Now, when you place it, especially onto your glass mat, I can then lift my glass mat. That's how strong it is. So it's really amazing that it's not going to go anywhere. You need to have that. I've had machines in the past where you start cranking the handles and your machine just starts coming away and it slips everywhere. So this one's ideal because it will stay put. It's great if you've got a book and you're on your lap. It's perfect if you have a lap tray and you're sitting in front of the telly, so you can do all those different pieces. What's more, it's the easiest platform of any die cutting machine out there because it's a one folder wonder, which is amazing. You have 4 cutting sides on here, so keep twisting, rotating, cutting on all those sides. There is no machine that has this easy access to being able to cut your dies. And like with anything else, it's all about cutting that intricate die. So I want to bring in the same intricate die, but I've put it somewhere safe. There it is. I want to bring in that same intricate die, but cut it into a piece of card so we can see exactly how lovely it is. Sorry, it should have been a bit more organised there. But what we're going to do is cut this piece of card down and just run that through. So just use my scissors, cut into this card, and then run this through. So as with Gemini, it's got the name the Gemini, which means I know we can place this through. It doesn't matter if you're left or right-handed, it's going to work both ways. We're just going to wind this through as you would do any folder or any of your die cutting machines. Super quick and easy, but if we look on the back there, we can see now. Well, I'm just going to run that through again because I've got bumps in my folder now. It just means I might need to run that back through and give that an extra cut. So pop that through. But it means, and I know we said about being reversible, but if you wanted to go inwards and outwards, you can do it both ways. So it doesn't matter which way you take it through, you're going to get that precision cut with that really intricate die there. So you can see all those pieces. I'm just going to give that a tap, and we're going to take all those pieces out. So let me just carefully take it out of my die and show you the finished results. The only difference is with this one, I've just been a bit heavy-handed. The difference with this one is you can't emboss this, but you do get that level of cutting line, so you can see in there. In fact, let me bring in the folder here and I'll explain what that folder's for in a second. So all these pieces that are liftable as well have still got that liftable, same liftable element all cut out of there, and you're getting that perfect precision die cut through this machine. So even though it's a hand cranking machine and it's manual, you can still do everything you can do through your normal electronic machines. The only difference is that it's a two folder, should I say, machine. You will get both of these folders when you get your machine home. This one is for cutting, this one is for embossing. So when you've got your embossing folder, especially a 2D one, you can put this through, take your folder again, I've not got myself very prepared. We're just going to pop a piece of card through there. If you wanted to, you could add another card shim. So let's just take a piece of card just to give that an extra shim to go through. This will then, I'm doing it so you can see that, and it doesn't matter which way round that goes. So just running that through, that's going to emboss, so it still does the same thing that an electronic machine will do. It's just handheld, and then you get the gorgeous, you can see, I've used a piece of card that's not very well seen, but you can see every part of that is embossed with beautiful detail all the way through. Now, if you've got a 3D embossing folder that we were using before, that would just go through on its own. You don't need any other platform to go through with that. So this machine is so good. But let's say you wanted to have really smaller embellishments, and I would say lots of your dies that you've got in there at home are probably quite small, maybe a 3 by 6 inches. You'll find that loads of them will go through the Gemini Mini. So that's where we would bring this machine into play. This one, I have to tell you, is my most used machine. I use it all the time. It sits on top of my Gemini. It means that I can hand crank all of this. It's exactly the same as before. You get the 2 folders. So one for doing your embossing folders, if you've got mini embossing folders, and one to do all your cutting. Now, I've got lots of dies like this which create borders, cut out ribbons. I've got flower dies, butterfly die, all your leaf dies. All of those are going to be able to be cut through your Mini. So lots of different things, and honestly, have a look at the dies that you've got at home, and you will find that there are so many that will fit through this little machine. So it may be mini, but it's absolutely mighty, and it will cut beautifully. I mean, look at that. Absolutely stunning. That cuts every single piece of that die out with no problem whatsoever. So even though you may want an electronic machine, don't be fooled into thinking that you can't have the same amount of pressure with a Gemini Mini or a Gemini Midi, because all these manual machines pack a punch, and they're great machines to have. They're really good. Just try anything through them. So just today, pick which machine that is your machine of choice, have which one is going to be the best thing for you, and just go from whichever one you want. But I guarantee you, whichever Gemini you get home today, you are going to absolutely love it. And I'd be really surprised if you didn't come back for another one.
Loads of fabulous demos there from our lovely Debbie. I think we are nearly there. So I couldn't work out why it wasn't looking right. Turns out I just think it needed a little bit of an extra matte layer. But I've gone a bit rogue, Johnny, because I've done like not a matte layer. I don't know what we're going to call this, but like a banner. So I'm not doing an extra bit at the side, just at the top. So I'm going to pop that on there. And then, so for glitter card, I think I need tacky glue, don't I? Is that right? I think that's correct, isn't it? So we're then just going to pop a little bit of tacky glue onto here. On that goes. There as well. And then I'm going to pop that on there. And I think we are just about done. Let's just try and centre that up. There we go. Let me just move that over the side. Let me stand that up so you can get a better look at it, make sure that's central. I think it is. And there we are. My first ever card. I don't think I've made a card before, have I? No, I've never made a card before. That is my first ever card. And I completely winged it as well. So very, very pleased with myself. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Oh, I've got a glue bubble. There you go, it's gone. Let's see what you are all saying at home. What everyone's, you do you, Joe Remblance. Joe, do more demos more often. What we got here? Helen Moore, love watching you craft. Joe, completely relate. I'm always going back and forth with decisions. Betsy says you're becoming a master crafter. Craig will be proud. Wow, Joe, you're awesome. Go, Joe, go, Joe, go, Joe, says Betsy. Deborah, Joe reminds us all that one time we were beginners. His demos are great for anyone who's just starting out. You're doing great. Robbie says, Joe, you're doing a great job performing in front of people and TV, nerve-wracking. Just put the sentiment on the bottom of the panel. Yeah, I don't know if it needs a sentiment down here, but I'm going to leave it like that. I think the sentiment's in the edgeable, isn't it? That's the nice thing about the edgeables, is what they've got there. Stephanie says, hello, glad I can watch for a few with Joe crafting. Mary says, you're doing great, Joe. So impressed with it for TV without prepping. And Robbie says, love my Mini as well. Lots of you shopping away. Very busy now on the Junior, actually, is now. I can understand why, because, of course, the great thing is, under £90, under $130 to grab a Junior today as a Platinum member, which is really sensational value for money. So if you've been thinking about it, maybe you've got one of the larger machines already. You love the idea of having a smaller machine too. I know the Junior is the machine of choice for Craig, for instance. Absolutely loves his Gemini Junior. Then snap that up. Now, right, lots of you chatting away still there in the comments as well. Very busy. Remember, this is not the only show today. Oh, I'm going to share with you all the details of the Gemini Junior. Oh, let's do that. all the details there. The incredible Gemini Junior, such a fantastic machine, and today at such an incredible price as well. Make sure you snap it up and take advantage of it. Right, we're going to move on. We're going to look at glues and adhesives next. We've got a couple of starter kits for you. So in here, Debbie's going to take us through dry glues and how we use those, and then a little bit later she's going to take us through the wet glue. So I've got this first collection for you. It's a great starter kit. What you're going to get in here is 2 of our tape pens. So you've got the straight tape pen and the dotty tape pen. You've also got the red liner tape, the foam pads, the 3D glue gel with the tools, and both the all-purpose and the tacky glue in there. So that is the first one that you can go for. I will just quickly give you the details of all the wet glues together. It's the duo. So you're going to get 2 of the all-purpose. You will also get, oh gosh, I'm making a bit of a mess here, aren't I? 2 of the all-purpose. You get 2 of the tacky in there, and then you get the 3D glue gel with the tools and the 3D glue gel without the tools. That's the other deal for you, $19.50 or $35. Joanne says, oh no, I got up to get a bowl of cereal and missed the card. Show it again, Joe. Oh, seeing as you asked so nicely. I want you to see it with the silver gold in the back. There we are. There you go. I'm pretty pleased with that. Pretty chuffed. Suzanne says super card. Karen says well done. Fabulous card. Patty says watch out, Joe's a crafter. And Jeanette says I'll never remember my card. It didn't turn out. First card. It didn't turn out looking like that. I'm very chuffed. Right. Let's go back to the lovely Debbie, or digital Debbie as we're calling us here. She's joining us today digitally, and she's going to talk us through dry glues, how we use them as well, and what the benefits are.
So we're now going to look at what our dry glues are. And we mean by dry glues as our sort of sticky tapes, our foam pads, our tape pens, our red liner tapes, so anything that's not a wet glue. The first thing we're going to look at is our famous, and they have become pretty famous, is our tape pens. So Crafters Companion tape pens. Let me start off with saying, if you've used any other tape pen out there on the market, I've tried them all. I have never come across as one as good as these ones. They are absolutely amazing. Our Leanne trialed out, so this was our first one. We bought in the tape pen. You can see on the front, it just gives you a solidness there, where the dotty one has dots on there. So really easy to distinguish between the two. Now, the tape pen is great because what this does, it gives you 22 meters of the most ultimate sticky glue. Now, we say a tape pen, it is not tape, this is glue, which means when it's heat activated, and I'm going to just fold a piece of card in half. And we're going to just stick this together. So when you come to all your mats and layers, all your creations, anything you do, all you're going to do, this has a little groove at the top here. We're going to put our finger onto there and hold it at each side. What you're going to do is you're going to keep it low down. You don't want to be doing this. You actually want to keep your hand low down. As you pull that across and your tape, you can feel your tape. See, that's already, look how sticky that is coming off my hand. You just pull it down and slightly flick across. Then what? Don't you just love the lorries? And then we're going to go across and flick again. Now, you probably don't notice us doing that on air because we do it very, very quickly. What I like to do is go around all the edges, and then I just put some in the center. It means when you come to doing your cards and folding that in, because it's a glue and not a tape, what you want to do is just heat activate it with your fingers. So as you rub that all the way around, you will find that that will stick absolutely perfect, and that will then not, I will not be able to, see, I can't even get that apart. Nothing will come apart, and if you do, I've got an end there, it will, oh my goodness, I can't, oh, look at that. I mean, I cannot get that apart. It's just going to rip it. Not that you would do that to your projects, but I want you just to see just how strong that tape pen is. Now, the difference between our solid one and our dotty one, the dotty one has been specifically made for items such as this. So when you get really intricate detail. So what I want to show you, I'm going to bring in a piece of black card so you can see it a bit better. But when you put a tape pen across anything that's really intricate, you will find that you'll get those sort of glue strings. It's the only way I can explain it, is having glue strings throughout. So if I just pull that, put that across here. And it's sticking to the inside already. Can we see there? Now I know our Charlotte is absolutely brilliant at zooming in, but you'll be able to see glue there. You can see it glistening, which is not good, because all that's going to do is make, when you start that down, your project on the outside, it's going to be all sticky and it won't look very professional. But if you use the dotty tape pen, I'm going to use it on this side, because what happens when you run this across, the dots literally go to the inside. Now because it's dotty, it doesn't pull out strings. It means if I turn that round and we put that on, I have no glue dots. I can't feel any glue through here, and it means I can do that on all sides and be absolutely sure that that is going to be perfectly stuck on all those intricate details. So I can then pull these in, pull this one in, and I'm not going to see any of that glue, but I still get that strong tape that is going to hold that down perfectly well. So that's what you want your dotty one for. That is for your intricate dies. This one is just for all your construction, your paperweights, anything you want to stick down, but you don't want those stringy bits in there. So they both have a really good way to use them. Now the next thing I want to show you is we've got the foam pads and foam tape. So foam pads are brilliant, because if I want something again to be more 3D, but I want it to be drier sooner, so I'm going to bring my box into play, because with a foam pad, if I use foam pads on my flowers, it means they would have still been flat, because I can't get this 3D element about them. But if I just want my sentiment to go on the box, but I just want it flat, I can use my foam pad. So I'm just going to take these off, pop them on. I'm going to use one in the centre and then one at the ends, and then these come off really easy. You could use your pokey tool, but what that will do, that will keep my sentiment flat. So now we've got our beautiful box that we've stuck with both our wet glues. We're using our foam pads to put on top, and we've used our 3D glue gel from our last video. Then we've got our tape. Now this is great for shaker cards. If you want to use shaker cards, this one's really good. We do foam on a roll as well. The foam on the roll you can use for mats and layers, but I want to show you something really clever with this. If you use a piece of card like this, and I don't want the edges to show, I want them to blend in, I'm going to just grab my scissors, cut this off. If I want to tape this down, but I don't want that showing underneath because I've put it right at my edge, great for your step apart in your easel cards, I can then bring in one of my alcohol markers and I can colour in the side. So it will just blend in with whatever you're sticking it to. So I think that's a really nice little tip to be able to do that. So then when you stick anything down, so let's just pop that onto the side of my card. When you look at that, it all blends in. You can't actually see where that's white, where if it's white, you get that stark white. So that's a really nice way to use that, plus with all your shaker cards as well. Next we have the red liner tape. So the red liner tape has so many different uses, but it has a lot of underuse as well. So we do it in different widths. This one is a 3mm. Now if you're using quilling flowers, this is perfect to use on there. Because it is actually exactly the same width as what you need to quill your flowers, and it will hold really strong. This is there's no question in my eyes that red liner tape is the strongest glue you can get, because it is absolutely super sticky. If you don't want it to come off of anything, this is the one that's going to stay down. Now the reason I've done this, because I'm going to just bring this away, take it away. The carrier sheets on them are really easy to use. Oh, and I just want to give you a little tip. I'm going to find there, I've got one here. If you have a piece of kitchen roll, look how sticky these are. These are the things that you can't get rid of. You have to sort of shake your hand. If you just lay them on kitchen towel next to you, it just takes it from you. So it takes all the static out of it. So if ever you've had problem with your backings, just lay it onto some kitchen towel and that goes away. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these round And then we're going to just bring in a piece of card. So let's bring in this one here. And then what I've got is some glitter. So this is great for adding all that detail. So if I put in my glitter, oh, do you know what I've used? I've used embossing powder. I thought it was glitter. But never mind, it will do the same thing, although we could emboss it now. But look at that, if you use your glitters, you can make the most awesome backgrounds and you're getting that really unique sort of shaping in your backgrounds. And actually, as it's heat embossed, you could heat emboss that. Just be careful not to melt your glue, because it is a glue that you've put on there, your sticky tape. But yes, all your glitters or your embossing powders, you can create using this. It's also great for construction, for your boxes. So whatever you decide to do, there's always some glue, some either wet glue or a normal tape glue that you can find will be perfect. So we've got our foam pads, our tape on a roll, our foam on a roll, and our tape pens, plus our red liner tape. And if ever there was a time that you get a bit confused over any of these, just go back and watch the show and you will see exactly what all of these glues do for you, because every single one of them has a place in your craft room.
Oh, a wonderful explanation there from our Debbie of all the dry glues that we stock and how you're going to use them as well. I want to recap some of the awesome deals that we've got available on the show. There is a lot in this show. What I would say is definitely get yourself over to the website. Click the Shop the Show button, craftscompanion.co.uk.com.au. Hit the Shop the Show button. Have a look at everything that is in the show, because there are so many items that we're not even going to get a chance to show you live. $24.95 or $34.75 gets you 6 of our tape pen dots. So if they're your tape pen of choice, then this is a great option if you stock up, saving over 15%. We also have the extra strong tape pens available for you as well. There's a 6-pack of these available to you. These are $19.95 or $29.75. Again, 15% saving on that one. Foam pads, how do you want 1,120 of them? Thousands of foam pads. £7.50 or $19.50 to get your hands on those. We also have the glue gun with the glue sticks as well. It is a UK only, but it's $9.99 or $7.99 if you are a platinum member. The red liner, 9 rolls of it here, absolutely brilliant. All in different thicknesses. So 3 of the 3mm, 3 of the 6mm, and 3 of the 12mm. £20 or $40 with a 25% saving. And the low-tack tape, excellent value out of low-tack tape. You go and see what you can pay for low-tack tape out there on the supermarket. The brand leader, I mean, you'd be lucky to get a couple of rolls for this kind of price. You're getting 6 rolls in there for under £7 or $9 for platinum members. That is excellent value. Right, let's see what everyone is saying. Going to save this show, says Carol, guys. So many great tips. Jennifer saying, I love the red liner on anything with movement. I like the pop-up confetti boxes and waterfalls. Great to have a refresher, says Kathy as well. Gillian letting me know she's got the midi, the mini, the junior and the Gemini, and finding uses for all of them. Just depends what I am making as to which machine I use. Right, we had the lovely Debbie take us through the dry glues there. She's now going to take us through all of our wet glues and what they can do for you.
Yes, so now we're going to do some glue school. Who doesn't love learning about glues? Now, I know there's still loads of people out there that are so unsure on what glues to use. So we're just going to break it down a little bit for you and tell you our main best sellers and how you use them and what the difference is between them. So the first one up is my favourite. It's funny because all of us on the team have a different glue of choice. Mine is tacky glue. So Kalau tacky glue is a water-based glue. It means it will stick near enough everything in your paper crafting. So whether it be your cardboard, chipboard, it will also stick things such as like buttons and plastic elements and your gems. It's such a good one to use. It's got a really good nozzle. Mine's a little bit dirty here, but we can take all that glue away. But if you twist the top and you've got a really small precision knob on the top there. Now that's our water-based one, and really popular glue and my glue of choice. Now, if we switch to our all-purpose, so this, you can see it has a little bit of a warning signal on it. It's because this is a solvent-based glue. So this is not what you're going to use if you've got items such as a coated cardstock like glitter card, whether it be your pearlized card, your Centura Pearl, your mirror card, because what this will do is take that coating off. So it's solvent-based. However, this glue dries like concrete. concrete. So it's an amazing glue to use. It will really be good for all your construction work, which is amazing. This is Leanne's choice of glue. She actually says it's the best glue in the world. So that's what she puts on it when she sells this glue. It is the best glue in the world, which is amazing. Then we've got our other wet glue. So we're doing this all about wet glues at the moment. This one is brilliant. So you can buy this with tools. Now the tools include this little sort of turning piece, and this is brilliant because if you get a couple of these in your pack, keep them and use them on your toothpaste. It's just a really nice idea, but what it does is it keeps it all turned down and your glue right to the tip where you need it. Now 3D glue gel is all about creating dimension. It's all about layering and adding, and if you want something that doesn't dry too quickly and you want to move it about a bit, I'll show you exactly what I mean with that as well. With that you get a syringe. Now the syringe is brilliant because what the syringe does, it gives you even more precision where you put your glue nib. So we've talked a little bit about the glues. Let's see them in action and what they can do. So I've just got myself a box. Now this bottom box I've done out of Centura Pearl. So if I give it a sort of wiggle, you can see it's got a sheen on it. Now because it's got a sheen, I wouldn't use my all-purpose. Not that it matters too much, but I don't want it to take any of the, I don't want it to look patchy when it goes on. So I'm actually going to use my tacky glue, and all I'm going to do is using the tacky glue, we're going to just pop a little bit onto the sides. So layering it on and putting it to all sides. Now, because it's called tacky glue and it dries quickly, what you do want it to do is let it rest, maybe 50 seconds to a minute. Because what this glue does, and I'm going to touch it because it's not going to affect your hands. Now, if you do have sensitive hands, you don't want to do it, but if it's water-based, it means it's got nothing harmful in there. So I can just do that, so I can spread it across quite evenly. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to take this to the, I've done it the wrong way, but you'll forgive me because we're only doing, so we're going to stick it to the outside of our box where normally we'd put it on the inside. So we're going to bring that in and just hold it down into place. So once that starts to grip, your tacky glue will be held in place and you'll have a perfect box size that is not going to come apart. And we're going to do that with all sides. So just making sure all that sticks down, and that will stick beautifully well. Now what you're going to do is make sure that before you let go, you've stuck all of the sides down, and then it will stick beautifully. It grabs hold and it dries quickly, which is good. So tacky glue is great for your everyday crafting. So all your cardstocks, all your coated cardstocks, it's going to be great for all your card bases. Is brilliant. So that will stick our main box together. Now I've got the lid here. So now if you don't have a coated cardstock, you can use your all-purpose. Now for me, all-purpose is designed for construction because it's so good at what it does, because it sticks really quick. It does something else which is pretty cool, so I will show you that as well. Do you want wiggle room in your projects? That's what you need to think about. If you want wiggle room, and what I mean is if you want to stick that down, oh, I've stuck that in the wrong place, you can then have time to wiggle that about to get that into the right place, and you just hold that down. Now I can feel it squelching out at the sides. All you want to do is when you've stuck that into place, let me push that in, put that into place again. All you need to do where it's squelched out is just rub it. Can't really see that. Let me push that back. Just rub the glue there, and then it will come up into little sort of just like rubber balls, and it will just come away, and it won't harm any of your projects. So you can actually rub the glue away, and it's so good for that because it's brilliant for mats and layers. If you was to mat and layer with this glue, you don't ever have to worry about harming your projects. It will just wipe away, which is really good. But what you do get is you get that concrete hold that is never going to come apart. This will be amazing for especially as box, any 3D elements. It will just hold your creations perfectly well. So within seconds, you've literally got your box together, and that's all created with your wet glues. Now, if I want to decorate my box, I can use my, and I want to make that a 3D element. I've got some just flowers here. Now what flowers do, they are brilliant for being able to add 3D elements to your projects. So like with our leaves, I can manipulate these. So any leaves, flowers, whatever you've got in your stash, and then I can use my glue gel. So if I take this off, I'm going to use it direct from the tube to start with. When I just pop some at the base here, I can put a really big piece in there. It means I can build up. So if I pop this, let's say we want to do something coming out here, I can have that there and still get that 3D element going. And once that dries, that will be perfect. Now, 3D glue gel dries, it's touch dry within 50 minutes. And I would say about 12 hours leave overnight to actually dry for the rest. But it's just a great way of building up. Now, if you want to put really smaller elements on, this is where the syringe comes into its own. So the syringe is brilliant. Now, my biggest tip with this is before you put the little cap on, and try not to lose that because you need that to keep your glue wet. If you don't use your glue gel for quite a while, this bit here will start to dry. So what you would do is push it up until you've got a little piece just coming out of the top. Once you've got a little piece coming out the top, I'm going to find a piece of black card so you can see that better. Can you see we've got that just coming out the top? That's when you want to put your lid back on, because what that will do is act as a plug. So if that does dry out because you haven't used your glue gel in sort of a week, that will just pull out and all this glue here will stay wet in your tube. So it's a really great one to have the tools, but you can just buy it with just the glue tube itself. But if I want to do things like this, where it's got a much smaller surface to be able to put it, but I still want it to be 3D, I can literally pop my element right down there and still have that 3D element, and we can start layering those up as well. So just layering that on. Same with the flowers. If I don't want such a big globule of the glue, we can just go down that stem. I can just put some little pieces where I want them. So it's easy to apply, and then we can pop our flowers onto there. And you just keep going, building it up. But what this glue does is add dimension. So if you do want to use your wet glues, I would suggest definitely using for construction and everything else that you've got in your stash. But if you want to use your Kalau 3D glue gel, this is brilliant for adding all that up. So all your papers, mats and layers, you can use both your tacky glue and your Kalau. The only difference in these two glues is to know that one is a wet glue and one is a solvent based glue, and apart from that, they both are amazing glues to use, and you can literally make all your creations and create beautiful designs such as this little box here. So lots of things to do with your wet glues. What your other thing is that you can do, so that's how you can do your generalization of what you're going to stick together. What you can also use these for is your scrapbook pages, for your photographs. Everything's going to work well. When you use this, another tip, make sure, again, it's creating that plug at the top. So where you've got that little plug there, you want to hold that into place. You then want to put this on the top and screw that on tightly. Once that's done, it doesn't matter if that's loose, because what you've created is another little plug. Because if you don't use this for a long time, that top there will actually, it will just go like a big gel blob. And you can, if you use your pokey tool, you can stick it in and scoop it out, but actually you wouldn't get that if you have that little beautiful designs such as this little box here. So lots of things to do with your wet glues. What your other thing is that you can do, so that's how you can do your generalization of what you're going to stick together. What you can also use these for is your scrapbook pages, for your photographs. Everything's going to work well. When you use this, another tip, make sure, again, it's creating that plug at the top. So where you've got that little plug there, you want to hold that into place. You then want to put this on the top and screw that on tightly. Once that's done, it doesn't matter if that's loose, because what you've created is another little plug. Because if you don't use this for a long time, that top there will actually, it will just go like a big gel blob. And you can, if you use your pokey tool, you can stick it in and and scoop it out, but actually you wouldn't get that if you have that little piece that comes up the top there. So always a lorry that goes past, isn't there, who likes to bleep at us. So that is your wet glues. So I'm just going to bring these all in. The other thing I meant to say, if you use this to create, let me just find myself a little black piece of card. If I was to just put, these are great for using as glue gems. If I just pop this down, you can create all your different little glue dots, cover them with glitter, and you've actually got your own. Can we see it? I'm going to move that so we can see it a little bit better in the light. Yeah, we can see that. Yeah, cover them in glitter, and you can have all your accents then with your glues as well. So that's a great thing to use with that glue. But there are wet glues, our main best sellers, and you can use them on all your sorts of crafting. And hopefully that's just helped you have a little bit more understanding of exactly how each one works and what exactly it does.
Everything you can do there with all of those fantastic wet glues. Thank you so much for that, Debbie. Now, very, very busy on the machines in this show. Lots of you taking the opportunity to maybe grab a larger machine. Maybe you're going for a second machine. Remember, a 20% flash sale across all of our machines, but only until the end of today. So if you want to get these amazing prices that we've got, you will need to be quick for them. The Pro is very busy. It's especially limited in the US. If you're in the US and you want a Pro, you're going to need to be fast for it. Amazing deal for you. The saving there, £90 or $100 is what everyone is saving. Platinum members, of course, even bigger savings. It really is an incredible deal for that. You're saving, what, $120 there as a Platinum member. You will get everything included as you would normally expect. The plates, the manual, the cords, all of those different things are coming in there for you. The other one that's exceptionally busy now, it was the Junior. Now the Gemini, the original Gemini, has taken the lead. Maybe you're upgrading from a manual machine. Maybe it's a Junior you want to upgrade to a larger machine. The original Gemini is an A4 cutting plate. It was the first one in the Gemini family, which is amazing. £36 or $50, everyone saves that. Remember as well, with the Pro and the same here with the original Gemini, you will get free shipping and handling if you're in the US, free postage if you are in the UK as well, which is fantastic, so go for that. We also have the MIDI available for you. Very busy on the MIDI in this hour. Remember, it is the A5 cutting platform, but it's a manual machine, so it can be really super speedy, very portable, lightweight. You can take this anywhere, but because it has that Gemini name, you know it's still got that unrivaled pressure, which is going to enable you to cut through dies like a hot knife through butter. As we say, $55.99, $71.96 on that one. We also have the Gemini Go available as well. Now, this is great because it's an electric machine. However, you can power this with a power bank if you wish to. So if you want to craft on the go, but you still want something that is going to give you that electronic automatic function, then this machine is definitely the one for you. Sorry, it's got a bit wonky there. Now, if you want to go for that one, you can $57.59 or $89.57 as a Platinum member. The Junior, which is this one just here, this is the machine of choice for a lot of our crafters. I know Craig absolutely adores this one. A great price for this. To get it to under £90, under $130 as a Platinum member is amazing value. Again, you'll get free shipping and handling and free postage and packaging on that one too. Comes with everything is standard. You even get dies and an embossing folder included in there with that one. And then we've also got the Mini, the smallest one in the Gemini family. That is actually this week's Get It, Got It Good, whereby you will get the free carry case included with that one. You will get 2 of the folders and the purple shim as well. Right. Exceptionally busy. I would say again, just to reiterate, with the Pro, if you are in the US and you've got the Pro in your basket, I would urge you to check out. It is very, very busy on the Gemini Pro. I'd hate for you to miss out on it. I've got 2 vouchers to give away as well, which I'll be doing after Debbie has given us another overview of all these incredible Gemini machines.
So how amazing does this set look with all these Geminis? Can you believe how big our Gemini family has grown? Starting from our very first Gemini to having this entire family that really do cater for all your crafty needs in die cutting and embossing. Gemini has become a household name, and it's the most sought after machine out there. One is sold every 10 minutes. I mean, that's quite incredible. It is now world worldwide. Gemini is the global machine and the choice that everybody either already owns or they aspire to own. So the first machine that came out on the market, which was around about 4 years, actually I think it's coming up to its 5th year, Gemini. I may be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that this is 5 years old this year. And our first machine that ever come out was the A4 electronic die cutting machine. Now what this machine offers you is the most amount of pressure that any machine on the market can offer you, because we can't put more into this machine. If we was to put more pressure into this machine, it would just mean that your crafts would be ruined, your cards would be warped, so you don't need any more pressure than what the Gemini can offer you. Now the Gemini by Crafter's Companion, it's a heavy machine, but it does have these handles at the side so you can hold them and you can put this around your craft area wherever you want them. Now the Gemini, although mine are quite used, comes with all the plates you need. So starting off with your cutting plates, we've got our clear cutting plate, and it is clear when it comes to you. When you've cut it quite a few hundred times, your plate will look like this. You've then got your plastic shim, you've then got your magnetic shim, and you've got your other cutting plate. So, and you can see both have been cut in to use all sides, so you've got 4 different cutting platforms. You also get your metal shim and a rubber embossing mat. Now the name Gemini comes from being dual functioned. So we have the embossing capabilities of the machine. We also then have the cutting capabilities of the machine. Now when Sarah and her dad engineered this machine and we took it in the process of what we needed as crafters, it had the pressure to be able to cut not just dies of today, not just dies of the past, but dies of the future, because we at Crafter's Companion know when we're working so well in advance what these dies are going to come out, and they are very, very intricate, and we want detailed dies. We want dies that are going to wow. We want all these different concept dies, and the Gemini is going to offer you all those different options to be able to do that. Now, why would we have other machines apart from the A4 in size? So what happened after the A4 in size? We had a lot of feedback from you. Everyone talked to us about it, and it was everybody wanted a smaller machine. So I'm going to take out my my larger machine, so my A4 size, and that is when the Gemini Junior was born. So the Gemini Junior, much smaller machine. It's an A5 in cutting, still exactly the same with the same amount of horsepower as what the Gemini offers us, but this time it's in a half the size. So if I bring in my platforms, I've just put my bigger Gemini on top of those platforms. If I bring in those, we can see that they are smaller. Now these still fit into the mouth of the A4 machine, but they actually run through our Gemini Junior no problem whatsoever. It takes 8 seconds for this to go through, 8 seconds to be creative, 8 seconds to get that die cut done as much as you want it to do. What's great about these machines is it has all these same functions. So you've got your on-off switch, your pause button, and your reverse button. So if you don't have a lot of room in your craft room, let me pop it that way, and your plates are going through and you're sort of backed up against a wall and you can't get your plates out, you can always use the reverse function to do that. But what it also offers you is that extra cut in no time whatsoever. Place them through and let that come out to you. So that's the smaller machine that you've got there. Now next, the feedback that we got from everybody else was they actually wanted a manual machine. So the next machine that we had come out was the Gemini Midi. Now this is just the cutest machine on the market. It's absolutely incredible. It's a hand crank machine, but it has all the power of the Gemini. And what the best thing about this, now please have one of these on top of your electronic machines, because it is the best and easiest way to do all your embellishments. We have a one folder system, which means you've got 4 cutting mats. They go backwards and forwards. They will last you a long time. You can see mine's a little bit bent, very well used, very well loved, and it will work time and time again, which is amazing. Now if you are left-handed, it's going to work. If you are right-handed, it is going to work. So whichever way, it is reversible, because wind it out, wind it in. So it's really good functional little mini machine. It has a plate platform of 6 inches by 3 inches. So honestly, you'll be surprised how many dies that will fit through this little machine. It means having a mini machine keeps the price point really low, so you'll be able to, it is quite an affordable die cutting machine. It's also a die cutting machine that your kids can use as well. You can't get your fingers trapped in there, there's nothing they can do. It has a really strong suction, so when you push it down onto your glass mat, the suction feet that you're getting at the bottom are going to stay put, so your kids, the little ones especially, are not going to be able to just run off with it. So it's a great little mini machine. If I pop it over here, it will sit on your bigger machines because it has those suction points. So if I wanted to just use it straight from my machine, takes up no room whatsoever. Run your folder through, turn your handle, and you've got a machine that doesn't get in the way of anything. So really good one. Now next, what come along? Well, we want another manual machine, but you wanted it bigger. So we've now gone into that bigger manual machine. So it's a bit like the Gemini Junior, big strong suckers again on the bottom. But this time we've actually gone in and got the Gemini Midi. So the Gemini Midi is exactly the same as the Midi, but this time we've listened to what you wanted and given you that A5 platform in the same one folder pass, which is incredible. So that was our MIDI machine. Then what else could we bring to the Gemini family? The next thing that we needed to bring was something that was portable, something that you didn't need electricity for, something that you could take on the go. And that's when our Gemini Go was brought out. This is a great machine. It's lightweight, it's electronic, which is amazing. It has the same platforms as a normal die cutting machine. So all of your platforms you get in with that Gemini Midi. I mean, how cute are they? So you've got all of those. It still has that same functionality of the on-off switch, the pause button, and the reverse button, which is amazing. It has a slightly different lead, so if you are in America, you will get your American lead. It has your little lead that goes into the back. But what this also offers you is the chance to hook this up to your battery pack. So once you've got your battery pack, you literally can be on the go. You just plug this in, and you do need to buy an alternative lead, which is an addition which will add onto your battery, onto your machine and onto your battery pack. And this you can take on the go with you. Imagine crafted on the go, in your garden, at the caravan, on the beach. There's lots you can do with this little mini machine. So it was a really great one to have. So they're all our sort of mini and manual machines and our electronic machines. But then what we have is the big daddy, the beast of all machines, and that is our Gemini Pro. Now, the Gemini Pro itself, excuse me, is an absolute massive machine. So I'm not going to lie to you, you need space in your craft room to be able to put this down. We've just got this on a Lazy Susan, and it means that it's easy to turn around and have where you want it, but you do want it. It's a big machine. In fact, because it's quite high up, I can't actually lift this from where I'm standing. I would need to be a bit higher up to actually lift it off the top. Now, what you do get with the Gemini Pro, you get your 12 by 12 boards. So if you're someone at home that absolutely loves your crafting, does lots of batch making, you've got a full 12 by 12 inch board. It's going to make all your construction, you're going to be able to cut into all your box lids. It's going to be absolutely an incredible machine. And if you're someone that buys and sells whatever you make, this machine is for you, because it's a total workhorse. But on top of that, you can actually get additional plates. Look at the size of these. Additional plates that are A3 in size. So if you've got some really big projects that you want to do, you are getting, or you'll be able to get, all these different platforms in your A3 bundle, which is absolutely amazing. So if you really love your bigger projects and want to cut all those border dies, those creator card dies, make all those boxes, those construction mates, this is the machine for you. And it honestly, it's one of those machines that once you've got it, you will not be able to live without it. You'll absolutely love it. So all you have to do is make a decision of what machine is good for you. What is your machine of choice? Which one do you love the most? which one is it you use the most? Are you someone that has every single one of them because you're just a collector of the Geminis and absolutely loves them? My machine of choice was always the A4 cutting machine. So the A4, the original Gemini, this is the one that I always go to. But I have to say, since I've got my Gemini Pro, I love it. I use that one all the time in all my crafting. So you just decide which one you love and which one suits your crafting needs.
And that's the luxury today, is that we've got this flash sale across every single machine in the range. So all you need to decide is which one you are going to go for. 20% off all the machines until the end of today. So midnight wherever you are. The most popular one at the moment is the original Gemini. I think a lot of you may be upgrading to a larger A4 electric machine for the first time. It is in stock right now, ready to go with that amazing 20% discount as well. £36 or $50 is what everyone is saving. To be able to get that for under, well, for £115 as a platinum member, under $160 is incredible value for money. Do snap it up. If you are thinking about it, don't think too long, because by the end of today, the 20% discount will be removed. I know a lot of the time maybe we've done previous deals where we bring you the machine at full price and we put some other bits with it. If it's the machine, the core machine on its own with a discount you're after, it's very rare that we bring these to you. Now, we did say that we'd give away, didn't we, 2 £20 or dollar vouchers at the start of the show, and I am pleased to say Sharon Trumbull and Betsy Black. Sharon Trumbull and Betsy Black, you are the winners. You need to drop us an email, please. Prizes at crafterscompanion.com. That's prizes at crafterscompanion.com. We will organise those vouchers for you. Maybe you're going to put them towards a brand new machine. And in fact, you know what? Johnny's gone rogue. He says we can give away another 2 more £20 or dollar vouchers in the Craft House show a little later, because remember, I'll be back with Sharon Callis. Who knows what will happen? She always has me in stitches, that lady. She is launching a brand new collection for you in the Craft House show tonight, 7 p.m. in the UK, 2 p.m. East Coast, 11 a.m. if you are across on the West Coast. So make sure you join us both for that. Shall I show you a card of the show? I mean, card of the show, and also it has to now be as well card of the day, because it's the only card that has been made today in the studio. I'm pretty chuffed with that, you know. The more I look at it, I think, yeah, actually, pretty good. That's pretty good. I was going to put a sentiment on it as well, but I think I'm just going to leave it as is, because I'll probably ruin it at the very end. Lots of you are talking about your machines, how much you love them. Donna says, I love my Mini, it's so quick and easy. For Holiday Design says, I know I don't need them, but one day I want to get the Junior and the Go, just because I want more of the family. Carol says, if anyone is sitting on the fence with the Pro, it is awesome, smooth, quiet, allows you to make larger box lids. That price is amazing. Yeah, it is. I mean, obviously, all the dies we sell, pretty much, other than some stencils and a few of the very large dies that we've done, will go through the original Gemini. I think if you're making a lot of larger concepts, if you're making a lot of scrapbook pages, then the Gemini Pro maybe is the way for you to go. What I would say is, if you are in the US and you are thinking about going for the Pro, I can't see it lasting any more than a few more hours. It's very busy. We don't have anywhere near as many as we would like, especially in the USA. Is this coming direct from the US warehouse, the Pro, Johnny? It is. So the thing is, we have a certain amount of stock. However, with the Pro, we don't send it from the UK to the US like we do with all our other products. This actually ships direct from the US, and there is only a very small amount of them in the US warehouse at the moment. So there may come a time when we move some from the UK warehouse over to the US to be able to fulfill more orders, but at the moment it is very, very limited now in the US. So if you do want it, please grab it. Don't miss out on it, especially whilst you've got that incredible 20% flash sale, which runs all the way up until the end of today. Wherever you're shopping, it will last until midnight. How amazing has this show been? I've had a lovely day so far. I'm not on my own though in the last hour. As I said, Sharon Callis will be here joining us via video link from Ireland, which will be absolutely lovely. Don't forget to check out your baskets, is what I would say. Make sure you're confirming those orders. Make sure you're taking advantage of that flash sale. Don't also forget about everything else in the show. There's amazing craft vault items available for you. Great deals on adhesives and replacement plates. We've really got you covered in this masterclass show. Also remember, tomorrow Becky will be here at midday UK time, 7 a.m. East Coast time, with Bernie for the Softer Side Live. There's a big launch in that show. Johnny's already a bit concerned about stock levels for that. I would also say there is an in for a penny, in for a pound starting tomorrow as well. So I will be here during the 3 p.m. show in this show. Becky will be on that side of the studio as our crafts expert, and then we'll both be bringing the week to a close for you as well at 7 p.m. tomorrow, which will be 2 p.m. across on the East Coast. I'm feeling a bit naughty, you know, today. I think I'm going to get pizza for my dinner. I know I had something healthy in the fridge, but I think, do you know what? It's Saturday. It's the weekend. Why not treat yourself? Right, I'll see you back here in a couple of hours for that incredible craft house with the lovely Sharon. Take care.